Hi, in this video tutorial, I'm going to walk you through how to sign in as a student to your Office 365 account, and then I'm going to give you a brief overview of the different tools that are available for your use inside of Office 365. For this demonstration, I'm going to use a computer, and I'm going to use the Google Chrome browser. If you're on a MacBook or a Windows device, you can use whatever browser you have and whichever feels most comfortable to you. You're going to want to go to office.com. You're going to locate and click on the Sign In button. So your email address is the username that you use to log into Schoology. I'm going to use a demo account. And then after you put in your username, you put in the @ and type in students.mywwps.org. So it's important that you put in your username and then @students.mywwps.org. So that's your email address. Once you enter that, click the next button and then enter your password. The password is the same password that you use to access Schoology. Once you enter your password, click the Sign In button. I typically don't save mine, so I'm going to click No on these. Once you're in office.com, it's going to welcome you. You can go through this tutorial if you'd like. Click the arrow and it'll give you an overview on some of the options. Or you can click the X to get out of it. Once you're in, you're going to see across the top some of the different apps that are available. One thing I want to point out is right now, all of this stuff is across the top. I've read an article in Microsoft's roadmap that mentions that in the future they're going to be moving all of this stuff across the top down to the left-hand side. So it is possible by the time you see this video that these items may be moved down the left-hand side. So I just wanted to point that out. The functionality will still remain the same, but they might move places. So a couple things before we click on anything. You'll notice across the top that you can click on these different apps, but there's also this Install Office button. As a student, if you have a personal computer, MacBook, you have the ability to install Microsoft Office on up to 5 devices. So if you want to, you can click on this Install Office and download and install this Office 365 apps. The one thing I want to mention is if you have a computer that's older than 5 years, it very likely will not work. So if it's a newer computer, it will install, but this is the newest version of Office, so some of the older devices it may not work on. But that's okay, you don't need to install it because you can use all of these apps right on the web. But if you like having them on your computer, I just wanted you to know that that option is there. The first thing that we're going to look at is Outlook, which is our email. If you click into it, this will open your Warren Woods email account. I just want to highlight that your email is not open to the public, so to speak. So you cannot email out of Warren Woods, and you cannot get email from outside of Warren Woods. So you cannot send email out to, say, a Gmail account, and someone also cannot email into you. You can only email your staff or the teachers. So there's no way for you to email out of the district. This is a closed email system for our students. You can go through the tutorial here if you want to read about it, and we're going to click on the X. So in here you can send a new message and say you needed to email your teacher, etc. I'm going to close out of the email. The next thing that I want to show you is OneDrive. OneDrive is your cloud storage where when you create a Word document or a PowerPoint file, Excel, something, it stores into here. This is your storage for you as your user account, and you can click and read through some of these bullets that open up if you want to read more about it. When you're in OneDrive, you can click this down arrow and create new documents, and it will put them right here for you. I'm going to click on the X. As I had mentioned at the top, you can open up Word, Excel, PowerPoint, all of these apps right on the web. So if you wanted to start working on a Word document, you can start typing right in your web browser on the computer. Every time you open something for the first time as well, you're going to get prompted with some dialog boxes just letting you know what things are. One of the cool things is, as you type, you will notice the document is automatically saving. So see right up here, it says saving. So if I want, I can click up here and give this document a name, test document, and it's automatically saved for me. So when I'm done, I can click the X. In order to get back to where we were at, you want to go to this app launcher, and you can either click on the app that you want to go to, or you can click back to this Office 365 and it'll take you back to that screen we were at. Throughout the school year, you may participate in meetings in Microsoft Teams. Your teacher will schedule those through Schoology, but this is another way you can get to Teams. But if your teacher is using Schoology to start meetings, you'll want to go through Schoology to access the meetings. So there's various different apps that you can use inside of here. Your teacher will walk you through the specific apps if you need to get to them for your class that you're in. But this is just a brief overview on how to log in to office.com, how to navigate the site. If you would like to install Office, how you can do that. The OneDrive, again, is your cloud storage. So when we made this document, this test document in Microsoft Word, now if I go to my OneDrive, I will see that test document in here. You can also create folders if you want to organize things. And then you can drag files into the folders. Another thing that I want to mention, so although I'm showing you this on a computer, on a tablet, on an iPhone, Android, you can go into your app store and you can download the various apps here. So there's an Outlook app that you can download to your device if you want to be able to have your email. There's a OneDrive app, a Word, Excel, etc. There's a Teams app for meetings. All of these apps are available within your Google Play Store or your Apple App Store. There's also an Office app that has a lot of these all built into one. And Microsoft's constantly updating the apps as well. So if there's a particular app that you want to have on your tablet or mobile phone, you can go into the App Store and download it. And that is a brief overview on how to sign in to Office 365 as a student and a brief overview of the apps.